So where do we start? I actually know where we should start. My mom last week told me something. This next one is juicy. I want to talk about romantic relationships. Okay, and now for the big surprise about my channel. Do these balloons make me look 27? Hello everyone, I'm so excited to chat today. Today is my 27th birthday. This year has been crazy, as we all know, but for me, I feel like it's been so transformative in so many ways. Today I want to talk about a lot of things I've been through, life learning lessons, and I just want to share some pieces of advice. Make sure you stay tuned to the end because I am sharing a big surprise about my YouTube channel. Okay, let's get into it. I feel like 27 came up so quickly. Just yesterday, I was celebrating my 21st birthday, but apparently I'm now in my late 20s. But honestly, every year that goes by, I feel more myself. I feel more confident, more comfortable in my skin. I love myself even more. So I've really loved getting older personally. Okay, I want to talk about a few different areas in this video. I want to talk about work, career, love, relationships, friendships. So where do we start? I actually know where we should start. My mom last week told me something really profound that has stuck with me, and I really appreciated her sharing it. She said, there is no timeline in life, so drop the expectations, and that couldn't be more true. Every single timeline we make up, whether it's a goal we want to achieve, whether it's getting married or having kids, so whatever kind of timeline we put on ourselves in our life is completely made up. And we can make up another one and we can change it. So the pressure of getting older for women used to be about having kids, but life has shown us that women can have kids well into their 40s. So in your 20s and even early 30s, there is just no pressure. Do what feels good for you. Explore your passions, travel when you can. But that felt really good to hear, and I wanted to share that with you guys, that drop the expectations. There is no timeline in life. Next, I want to confirm that this saying is true. People come into your life for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. That is so true. When I was younger, I had so many friends. So let's talk about friendships. I remember having so many friends when I was younger, but I would always think about how can I fit in? How can I impress them? How can I do things that are aligned with the expectations of this friend group? So looking back on that, was that a real friendship? Maybe not. At this point in my life, I talk to exactly one person from high school, and I love that. It truly is about quality over quantity when it comes to friendships. Even these past few years, the people I went to grad school with, I also thought they were lifelong friends. But I now see that they were in my life for a season of going to grad school together. And you can look at that and appreciate and then also understand that you're going into different places in your life, and that's okay. I mean, would you rather have 50 pretty good friends or like 3 best friends that know you at your best, know you at your worst, will stick by you through anything, and will be your best cheerleader in life? That's what I have right now, and it feels really good, and I really wouldn't want it any other way. I have a small group of friends and it feels good to me. I don't want to split my energy in so many areas. So my family is definitely my priority, and of course my really close friends. You guys, do I look 27? I love when people ask like, oh, do you feel 27? And it's like, sure. And then you think, what should 27 feel like? Anyway, today is an exciting day. Birthdays are always very exciting for me. I love celebrating my own birthday. I love celebrating my friend's birthday. But in terms of age, I always say age is just a number. It literally doesn't even matter. I could be 27 and act like I'm 80. I could be 27 and act like I'm 12. It literally just matters how you feel on the inside. I have friends that have been married now for 5 years and have kids, and I have other friends that are going back to school and making a career change. Who cares how old you are? It truly doesn't matter. We have to stop putting such an emphasis on what other people think, because that's really what it comes down to. If you are in alignment with yourself, if you're doing what makes you happy and you're not hurting yourself or anybody else, who cares? Literally do what you want. Have I always thought this way? No. Like I've told you guys before, when I was growing up, The only path I thought there was in life was to go get an education and then work in a 9-to-5 setting for 40 plus years and then save enough money to retire. As you get older, as you grow up, you have experiences that make you change your mind, that give you a new perspective on life. That's the beautiful part of life, the journey of life. So embrace it, accept it. I used to be such a huge planner. I remember when I was 16, I used to say things like, okay, I'm gonna be married by this age and have my first kid by this age. And now what do? I think I plan out my next few weeks to a month and maybe a trip a few months out, but I really am not looking at the next few years of life because I try to live in the moment and enjoy the present. There's seriously no point in living in the future or the past. It's not here yet and it's already gone. It doesn't matter. The beauty of life as you get older is you honestly stop caring about other people's expectations for you, like your parents or your siblings or friends, society, whatever it is. Those expectations just don't mean as much because you are looking inside to see where you feel best in, where you feel passionate about, where you feel aligned, and that's truly the only thing that matters. If you are in that state, other people will see it and be happy for you as well. Those expectations won't matter. Of course, what I'm saying is harder to implement than just speaking about it, but know that it's a lifelong lesson. You're not going to be perfect at it, but it's something to keep in mind. I mean, I'm still hard on myself sometimes. This next one is juicy. I want to talk about romantic relationships. When I was younger, I spent way too long in and on again, off again, not great relationships with someone that I just knew wasn't my forever person. We were pretty different in our values and where we saw ourselves in the future, but I was comfortable. It's the only love in a relationship I had felt so far in my life when I was younger, and I was scared to find out what else was out there. I felt, well, this is really pretty good. You know, there are a lot of bad times, a lot of good times, but it's pretty good, and I could deal with this for the rest of my life. When you're younger, you really don't think you're ever gonna find a relationship or a man or a partner or a love like that again. And I was scared to see what else was out there. Fast forward, of course, 5+ years later, and Gregory and I have been in a beautiful relationship now for 2 years, but back then I didn't know what was gonna happen. It was scary to break something off that had been serving you in some way for so long. But what I want to tell anyone that's going through something like what I went through in the past is do not stick around, do not stay for something that doesn't feel 100% right in your gut and in your soul. If you don't feel in your romantic relationship that you are chosen, that you are wanted, that you are loved fully, it's really not right for you. And then for years after that on again, off again relationship, I spent a few more years dating emotionally unavailable men. I'd be waiting around for the text. I would be waiting to see if they wanted to make plans for the weekend, so I wouldn't make plans right away. I was wondering if they're talking to anybody else. All of that uncertainty is not necessary. After Gregory and I's first date, I felt secure. And secure in the way that I knew he would be transparent with me. We had open conversations about what we're looking for, what we're doing, if we're dating other people, and we were. And the transparency and the openness was something that was definitely missing in the few years prior when I was dating. There was just no sneakiness, shadiness, like doing things behind each other's back. I was never like wondering when he would text me back or wondering if he cared about me or missed me. Like everything was right out there in the open and great communication. So please don't settle. No, our relationship isn't perfect, but hey, we're all human. I don't think anyone's relationship is perfect, but what is really important to me and in our relationship is that we're both committed to growth. We're both committed to becoming better versions of ourselves every single day. We know our bad habits. We know what we're working on. And our relationship has benefited so much from that. Me personally, 2 years ago, I was 25 when Gregory and I started dating. when we would get into fights, my go-to was yelling. I would yell about everything and then threaten to leave and then actually leave. It was just a whole cycle that I learned from, of course, somewhere in my past, and that was just my way of fighting. Fast forward a few months and we both realized if we wanted this to actually work or go somewhere or have a productive conversation, my ways of communicating while fighting was not going to work out. So for the both of us, we've become so much better people in the past 2 years, being open with each other, sharing our vulnerabilities, working together through things. I go to him for advice, he comes to me for advice. It's so beautiful that we can have that kind of partnership and relationship. Another thing I want to say about relationships is that if you're not okay, perfectly okay being single and being independent by yourself, you are not ready for a relationship. If you're still working on loving yourself, being comfortable with yourself, don't go searching for that in anybody else. Before Greg, I'd been single for a while. I had Mushu and we'd go to the dog park, I'd hang out with my friends, I'd go to the beach alone, I'd go out to eat alone, I would do everything by myself or with my friends, and I loved that life. I honestly wasn't looking for something serious. I was very, very content, and I truly think that is the best time that you're going to find someone. It's going to happen by accident. It's going to happen because it's meant to be. So check in with yourself, make sure you're showing up as best as you can, and that inner work is going to go so far, not only with yourself, but whenever you do get into a relationship. My last big piece of advice here on my 27th birthday is to stay curious. Always be learning, always be curious about life and what is going on in our universe. I personally always love learning. I guess that's why I went to like a million years of school to get my master's degree, but learning has always been exciting for me. I don't know something and now I do know something. It's been very exciting, but I say this because if you are so comfortable in your ways, in your habits, there is no growth from there. There is no next step, next opportunity. There is not going to be growth from there. Being a lifelong learner is something so beautiful because no one is ever going to know everything. That's impossible. That's crazy. Make sure you're reading books. Make sure you're watching great documentaries. And traveling is so important. Of course, this year has been really weird with travel, but traveling in general can show you so much more to life in this world. You get to see different environments, different cultures, how people live. And I think that's so beautiful. We can get so closed in this box where we live right now, but we are doing right now, and we can kind of be a little egocentric with it. We can think this is life, this is how everybody lives, and it's completely not. So be a lifelong learner, commit to that. It is really exciting, and you just know every day I'm gonna learn something new. Okay, and now for the big surprise about my channel. Being it that it's my birthday today, I did open up some gifts. And the big gift I got this year from Gregory was this beautiful new Canon EOS M50 camera. If you didn't know it yet, I've shot everything for this YouTube channel on my iPhone 8 Plus. I use this phone for my Instagram, Facebook, and social media as well, but I am so excited to upgrade. I have been looking at this camera and I totally didn't expect it for my birthday, but I'm so excited. I have it here. It came with actually another lens, and I'm gonna get a few more accessories for it and then start using it to film. I will be doing a full unboxing, how I like it, looking at the camera and its features, so stay tuned for that video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me continue to create free content here. Comment below which learning lesson that you liked most. I'm so blessed to be here. I am so grateful for this life that I've been given, and it's always beautiful connecting with you guys. So have a great weekend. I will see you guys next week.